Welcome back! How are you guys? So, I've been fiddling with this camera situation, and you know what? We gotta work an angle, and that's all that counts. That's all that matters. You hear me? I got my mic. I have my hat. I got my line. I got everyone here. Check. Present. Check. The mirrors. Check. We're here. So, welcome back, everyone. You know what? I'm just really excited. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. So, today we are going to talk about reoccurring theme, confidence versus insecurity. Okay? So, if you haven't seen it already, I posted the poem, so go check that out if you haven't seen it. I'm going to link the poem in the description box below. But, so, confidence versus, you know what? Let's briefly talk about reoccurring themes of life. So, reoccurring themes of life are themes that I noticed were reoccurring throughout my life. And I figure if they're in my life, then they have to be in other people's lives because, the themes, they're reoccurring. So, like, for example, the first theme is confidence versus insecurity. So, the themes are meant to be two concepts, words, or terms that are usually seen pit against each other. But instead of looking at them as two separate things, look at them as two entities existing together simultaneously. You know? So it's not two separate things, but they're one thing. Existing together. Think of a scale. Okay? When you have a scale, you normally have, when it's not balanced, more of one and less of the other, or less of one and more of the other, vice versa, or they're equal. But a lot of times when we're looking at a scale, we're noticing, or we're paying attention to what's on the scale, not paying attention to the scale itself, the balancing act. Like, technically, you put two things, a pound of feathers or a pound of bricks, or anything you put on the scale, those two things that are now on the scale now exist on the scale. So they're not two separate things. It's a comparison of the two things on this device, this scale. So that's how the reoccurring themes are supposed to be looked at. You look at them as just two things that are existing together simultaneously. You can't have one without the other. But if you look at instead of looking at them separately, and see them as two, yin and yang, they're two things existing together. With this in mind, it can help you better navigate life. You're just keeping this in mind, And if I had these themes as a kid growing up, I just feel like it'll make life a little better. But it's okay because it got me to where I'm at today. Is it? Oh, this was wrong this entire time. Okay, scale. So I started jotting these down. So like the first one, like I said, is confidence versus insecurity. So the idea is, and I'm gonna go into confidence and insecurities in a second, but instead of saying, oh, I'm going to flock to this person because they're confident, or I'm going to stay away from this person because they're insecure. Instead of gravitating to one or the other, you look at them both together. So, like, by keeping this in mind, it can help you navigate. Let's say, if you see someone who's more confident, you're not going to treat them the same way as someone who's insecure. If you see someone who is more insecure, you're not going to treat them the same way as someone who's confident. You might not walk around, or not walk around, you might not become friends with someone who you can see is insecure. Or you, like, I'm not going to waste my time thinking about, let's say, like, if someone is bullying you, or you take as them bullying you, or just not being, you know, the best person, you know, or a person that they used to seeing. If you notice this, and instead of thinking, why did this person do that? Why are they treating me like this? Instead of thinking this, you're going to say, hey, they're lacking confidence, or they're insecure, so I'm just going to leave it, go about my day, you know? Instead of, like, in the past, you might try to figure out why they're upset, or you might try to, you know, get revenge, you know, be upset back, you know, let them affect your day. But you're not going to let someone affect your day if you know they're lacking confidence, if that's what you have and that's what they're lacking. Or you could be insecure in a situation and you see someone who's more confident and you're like, man, I see their confidence. I want confidence like that. So you can use this to judge what's going on, take out resonates, and apply it to your life. So that's what these themes were created for, just to give you another thought, a way to look at these, you know, just these concepts, just to keep in your mind. So when you notice that, when you in a situation where someone is lacking confidence or has lacking insecurities or lacking confidence, when you see that, you're, oh, this is reoccurring theme number 1. Confidence versus insecurity. I know how to deal with this, you know? So that was the basis of writing these themes down. Years later, after writing some themes down and collecting these themes, I started turning them into poems. So they start resonating even deeper because now they're poems, something tangible. You know, what started as an idea, a concept, are now something tangible, and then the poems hit even different. So I definitely encourage you to go check out the poem. Like I said, the link is in the description box down below. But yeah, okay, so now that we got the reoccurring themes out the way, let's talk about confidence versus insecurity. Now I know I briefly used it as my example, but you know, let's talk about it. So, like, all my life I had to fight. All my life I had confidence, you know, and not saying, like, it hasn't grown, or at least I've been told that, you know, you hold some confidence to you. And it's something to be proud of, but at the same time, it took some time to get there. Like, I mean, there's hella times where I'm insecure, or there's hella times where I don't feel my best, or, you know, like, you just let the outside world get to you. And it's not intentional, but you're just figuring stuff out. But I know for a long time, I've just had that je ne sais quoi, that, you know, that confidence. You know, I've had people tell me, stop. Like, I literally just live life. I'm at work. There's been times I've been at work and I've been stopped. You know, oh my gosh, like, your confidence. You're just, the way you walk, you know, and it's something. It's definitely something. But, like, it's something you have to work on, you know? And the best way to work on it is getting to know yourself. And there's aspects of myself. And getting to know yourself is a continuous thing. It's not something like, oh, you know yourself, now you're done. And that's kind of, I'm not saying that's what I thought, but, like, I've never questioned knowing myself. But it's, knowing yourself is like, it's getting to know yourself. Get reacclimated with yourself. Man, it's crazy. But it's such a humbling experience, just to be able to break down some of those insecurities that you have, and why you do things. And you just get to figure yourself out, you know? And, like, I like puzzles. And I've always enjoyed puzzles and building things and challenging my mind and figuring out myself and why I do certain things, or, what beliefs are yours and what beliefs are, not provided, but, like, what beliefs are yours and what was instilled in you as a child? Whether it's your parents, grandparents, society, school, teachers. There's a lot of things that were not given to you that should have been, but you figure things out. But, it just makes you more confident. So, yeah. So, confidence versus insecurities. So, yeah, that's number one, reoccurring theme. I'm going to pull some cards. We have, that like iJoy. No, it says, you badass. So I think this is definitely confidence booster. But let's see what the universe wants you to know. Because I love sharing positivity. And if my confidence can rub off on you, if my confidence can, my confidence is so strong, it can go through this mirror, go into the phone, and go into you. Do you believe that? Like, that's how strong it is. My confidence is so strong, you can benefit from it. You! That's how great it is. And it's so easy to share. Man, it's like the gift that keeps on giving. But it definitely takes some work. What's one of, I know growing up identifying as gay took some confidence because I came out, I want to say like 8th grade. And yeah, let's do that. Do I want to do, you know what? Yep, there's 2. We're going to do 4 yellow cards and 4 black cards. I'm feeling up to it. Alright, Lou, in regards to confidence and insecurity, let's get some confidence boosters out in here. Up in here. Up in here. Ooh. But, yeah, so like, I did realize gay at an early age. Took some confidence. And then you get to high school, and then you just think like, oh, you see other people who you think identify as you, and then, you know what? We're just not going down that road, let me tell you. But like, no, but it's okay, we can talk about it. It's, okay, so like, you as a kid, imagine something as simple as like boys and girls, or you might notice some kids like Pokemon. Or you notice kids, you see some kids that have, say Pokemon, some Pokemon, figurines, not tattoos, the kids. You might see Pokemon, like an action figure or a keychain or something. Or you might overhear someone talking about Pokemon. And you love Pokemon. So you think like, hey, I can be your friend because I like Pokemon too. And then you go talk to the other Pokemon likers, and they don't want to talk to you. They don't care. And it kind of boils down to attachment. And why do we feel like we need to be attached? Because people feel like not loners, but all right. I need 2 black cards, Lou. Please give me your black card. 1, 2. So like not necessarily, yeah, so like you just feel like a sense of belonging. And I've always wanted, or always had that sense of belonging, like I wanted to belong to a group, and never found that group. Hence me being here. So thank you for being here. You are my group. But it was more so like, like even in high school, I was always like the kid who floated around. I was never like this one like I stayed in one group. I was the floater. I wasn't like, you know how you have your different cliques, like the popular kids, and then you have, you know, the football team, and then you have the band geeks. And I've just been friends with everybody. But in my head, I've always wanted to be a part of the gay clique, where it's just like the group of gays, you know, like not like quite like Regina George, but kind of like that. Not mean, but just, you know, just how you got your cliques, just the group of gays. But boy, was I wrong, because when you are a child figuring out something adult like sexuality, and you have something figured out, even though, man, let me tell you, there's so much more to figure out. But so the concept that you think you have, you gain that at such an early age, and the kids at school aren't quite there yet. They're still figuring shit out. So let's just say I was ostracized. You know? Crazy. Not like by everyone. I wasn't ostracized by everyone. I was just ostracized by the gays, or the people who I identified or thought were gay. And I mean, I knew they were, meaning I have my gay intuition, and I've heard stories, and I know I have friends of friends. So I knew the gay community. But for their own reasons, they didn't want to be friends with me. Some people thought that I would like being friends with me without them. A lot of people thought, some people thought, in these, what I'm saying, some people, like, this is stuff that I found out later, like after high school. I would talk to some people, and some people told me, like, there were some gays who told me after high school, hey, you know, sorry, we weren't friends. I thought that you would out me. Some people thought I would out them, and I value friendship, because it's something, this sense of belonging is just something you've always wanted to have. I value that. But people who are insecure don't understand that. So they didn't get a chance to know me. I'm looking in the mirrors like, they didn't get a chance to know me. Yeah, to get to know me. Long story short, I went to college thinking, oh, we're in college now. Now we're all adults, okay? So it's a whole new world, you know? Like, I can be the gay I want to be. And boy, was I wrong. I went to a predominantly white school with a small black community, and it was just like high school, if not worse. Like, I could not do what I wanted to do. Well, I still did. But, yeah, I'm still me, because that confidence is there, baby. That's what I'm saying. Like, they couldn't stop me if they could. But they tried, okay? And that's because they were lacking insecurities. Again, what do I identify with have to do with you? Nothing at all. If I'm having sex, what does that have to do with you? Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. And for the last time, nothing at all. For the ones in the back, nothing at all. For the first time, nothing at all. Nothing at all. But people wanted to make it their business. And that's because what they were lacking was confidence, and what they were abundant in was insecurity. Okay? So, after high school, after college, I moved to Vegas and hit a gay scene, okay? Because I've been lacking a gay scene all my life. That's how I felt. I was never really like, I had some gay friends, don't get me wrong, but not like a gay clique, you know, not like a group of friends. And I feel like when I first moved to Vegas, I was in a relationship, so I didn't really go out like that. But then after my relationship, I started going out and met some people. I met some friends, some cool. I had some great times, don't get me wrong. But I still never belonged to that clique. I feel like every group of friends who I would talk to, they were already a group of friends, you know? So I was like a third wheel. And still coming into my power, and you know who I am, still figuring me out. Still feel like I was light years ahead of a lot of people, though, like light years. Like, I mean, real talk. There are people who live their whole life and don't come out as gay, or doesn't admit to their desires and what they're attracted to and who they are as a person. They go through their entire lives, and here I am admitting and coming to this in 8th grade. Now, this isn't new for a lot of gay people, but at the same time, there are a lot that, you know, but then it starts going into what's actually gay and sexuality, and, you know, that's why I say I'm just light years ahead, because now I'm just a human being, you know? We are all human beings living a human life, or experiencing life, experiencing a human existence. We're all spiritual beings we're all spiritual beings having a human experience. There we go. Oh, hi! Welcome back! Oh, hi! It's Dexret, if I pronounce that right. I see you comment all the time, and I love you so much. Thank you for commenting. I really do appreciate you. Feel free to add me on Facebook or subscribe on Facebook. It's the same name, Lonue, the one exception. But I post a lot of these videos on there, so, you know. But I just want to say Dexret. I don't want to mess up your last name, but I love you so much. You are awesome. I love your posts. And I thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you. So, thank you. I love you. Woo. All right. Now, that's what I'm saying. So in Vegas, then I go to I just don't have that sense of connection. And after that, I end up finding that connection, but I found it with myself, and that's something I did not do growing up. So, you know, that's something I definitely want to encourage in my channel, is people, you know, finding yourself, getting to know yourself. So I'm just a huge self-advocate, okay? Because at the end of the day, that's all you have. No, I have you and you and you. It's not all you have. Man, it's just, it's a long subject, but we got time to talk about it. Now, back to the back cards. We're going to see what the universe wants you to reach for. So, okay, what the universe wants you to reach for, we have find a temporary role model. Get clear on why this person is impressive and inspiring you. And when faced with a challenge that leaves you guessing how to react, ask yourself, what would my hero do? Not caring what others think is a muscle that can take some time to build up. You use this trick while you're still getting strong. And before you know it, you'll be able to ditch your hero and start asking yourself, what would I do? And this is what I was saying about, you know, being yourself and finding yourself. I don't mind being your training wheel hero. You know? Because I know that we are all reflections of each other. You're a reflection of me. I am somewhere that someone else looking back can say, I want to be like that person. And there's plenty of people who I want to be like, you know, and you pay it forward. So, find a temporary role model until you can choose yourself as a role model, okay? And like I said, I don't mind being that role model temporarily until you can gain the reins, you know? What the universe wants also what you to reach for, decide you would rather be happy than right. And sometimes we are wrong, you know? We're not always right. But I'd rather be happy than right. Sometimes admitting you're wrong can lead to happiness. And it means you're not right, but it means you can admit that you're wrong. And a lot of times, and that's another thing about growing. Speaking of that, I did have insecurities, and I still do, and I'm still working on those. And I can admit now that a lot of things weren't the gay community, because I held so much resentment. Let me tell you, so much resentment for the gay community. I despised the gay community for years. At least the high school gays. Some of the college gays too. The Vegas gays. Just gays in general. I just never really felt like I belonged. I just never did. The only thing me and gays had in common was having sex with men. I swear, because they're just a different breed. But hey, whatever. But I'd rather be happy than right. I'd rather be gay than right. Well, gay means happy. But I was saying, so like, I held so much resentment for some gays in high school, just because of how I treated. But I ended up, it was 2022 actually, during the pandemic, because I remember vividly. I was working on myself in 2022. I looked at 2022 as perfect vision. 2020, 2020 is perfect vision. So, what better time to work on yourself than 2020? And this was, if I could go back to 2020, with the same mindset? I don't know. I don't regret anything. But with the same mindset, if I had a different mindset, no. If I had to just go back and redo it, I wouldn't do it. But if I had the same mindset, I would go back to 2020. But anyway, 2020, I had so much resentment for the gay community. But I realized, I graduated high school in 2009. And 2020 is 11 years later? So, I held some strong resentment for the gay community, let me tell you. Specifically the ones in high school. But I realized that I was a child figuring this out. Okay? But what I didn't realize then, and I knew I was a child figuring shit out, but I figured if I can figure some shit out, so can you. But not everyone is like that. Not everyone can. Not everyone will. Okay? So, I, on the other hand, felt like, I came to the realization, if I was a kid figuring out, their kids trying to figure it out too. They weren't where I was at. And I was, like I said, I held resentment because I thought that, or I was under the impression that, if I can figure it out, so can you. And that's always followed me. If I can figure it out, so can you. And I still feel that way. Well, I feel more so, everyone has a capacity to figure it out. Now, just because I figure something out don't mean someone else can or will. But I still hold space for everyone that they can get to a point, if not greater than where I was at. Okay? Let's keep on going with this reading. This was long. So what the universe wants us to shield. Cut off stream of crap. The more conscious of the information you absorb, what shows, books, podcasts do you watch, read, or listen to? What news do you follow? Whose opinion do you ask? Think about how much of this information you really need. Are you staring at a car accident, or are you gathering information that will allow you to contribute to a positive change? Wallowing in pain and suffering isn't going to help anyone, including yourself included, any more than starving yourself will help the hunger. And that's where I was at in 2020. I just felt like I'm suffering because here I am holding this resentment for the gay community, and it just has nothing to do with them. Like, they were kids too. Now, the gays in Vegas that I met who are just straight up mean, I still understand now, I guess, why people, no, I do. That's not even I guess. I do understand why, because I was meant to be here with you all. And that's how you sum it up. Real talk. That's just how you sum it up. But I had to cut off that crap. It was a lot of crap I had to cut off. But to cut something off, you have to indulge in it. You have to realize that it's not for you, but at least you tried. And to cut something off takes a lot of strength, a lot of mobility, a lot of determination. But I'm proud of you because you can do it. When we trust that we live in an abundant universe and allow ourselves to give freely, we put ourselves in a position to receive abundant amounts in return. Man, Lou was talking to me today because, man, like, I would gladly give all my friends to share some time with you. And that's kind of like what I did. Like, not what I did per se, but like, you know, you reach a point where, you know, you just, man, you reach a point where you just want to contribute positive change. And that's where I'm at now. And that's why I'm sharing myself with you. I want to include some positive change for you guys. So what the universe want to shed light on? If you're serious about changing your life, you'll find a way. If you're not, you'll find an excuse. And that's how I got here. You kept finding excuses. And I don't think excuses are the same as divine timing. Excuses are there until you figure out what divine timing is. I would say that. Alright. Get present. Stop and notice how you feel right now. Feel the air on your skin. Feel the heart beating. Notice the energy inside and outside of you buzzing. Shut off your thoughts and feel the connection to source. BREATHE. The more time you spend in the moment, the richer your life will be. And that's what I'm doing. Like, I want to share this moment with you. You know, pulling these cards, talking to you guys, being here. I mean, like, yes, you guys. Yes, all of you. Okay? Because it takes a village. And boy, did it take a village. What do the universe want you to hold strong on? Face your fears with the truth. That they are all in your mind and they will lose their power over you. Face your fears with the truth that they are all in your mind and they will lose your power over you. Get out of your routine. Talk to strangers. Hi. We're not strangers. We're best friends. Yeah, I've known you for so long. And we're only going to get to know each other more. Talk to strangers. Wear something different. Go to a new grocery store. Make dinner for someone who you want to get to know better. Change toothpaste. Go to the movies at 2 p.m. Learn 3 new jokes. Walk taller. Notice 5 awesome things you'll never notice about your home, your beliefs, your mother, your face. Do things that pull you out of your routine and you'll be amazed by the new realities that were all along that suddenly present themselves. Man, and that's what I'm doing. And I just want you guys to do the same thing. If I can do it, I can do it too. I mean, if I can do it, you can do it too. Dead ass. So serious though, but like, man, it's been such a long journey, you guys, and I'm just ready to share. I'm ready to make a difference. I'm just ready. So please come along this journey with me. It starts here, and where we're going to the moon, Alice. To the moon. Alright, you guys. And now it's time for so long. But I'll sing just one more song. Thanks for doing your part. You're sure smart. You know it's me and you. And my boy Lou. And we can do anything. That we want to do. I love you, I love me, I love us, I love we. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.